Thursday and welcome to our fourth and final literacy lesson of the week. So boys and girls, this week we've been learning all about the beginning, the middle and the end of the story, and we're at the end of our lessons for the week, so we're at the end of our story. Let's go and see what we have to do today. Now, this is our lesson. We're going to start with our do now. Can you spot the adjectives? So as always, Miss Houston has described something and I want to see if you can find the adjectives. Remember, an adjective is a describing word. So let's read our sentence. The alien is crazy, and silly. The alien is crazy and silly. What could the adjectives be, or what could the adjectives be for that sentence? The alien is crazy and silly. What two words describe our alien, boys and girls? Crazy and silly. Let's see if you're correct. Crazy and silly. Good job, reception. Give yourselves a whoosh. Good job. Okay, let's go and see our high frequency word of the week. Our high frequency word of the week is has. Good. My turn. Has. Your turn. Has. Excellent. So, the alien has red pants. Your turn. Excellent. You know the drill, boys and girls. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to come up with your own has sentence. I can't wait to hear them. Off you go. Wow, super has sentences reception. Good job. As always, have a little listen to Miss Houston reading our story, Aliens Love Underpants, for the last time. You will not be listening to that story next week. We are done it now. So it's the last time you're going to hear it. And if you want, when you're listening to it this time, you could even act it out a little bit if you want. Up to you. I've seen some great acting on Seesaw. Some boys and girls decided to act out the story. Even one little boy decided to get his teddies and use them as aliens. I thought it was a really good idea. So if you would like to do that, that would be amazing and we'd love to see it. So off you go. If not, let's move on. So what are we learning to do today? Just like the rest of the week, we are learning to know what happens in the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story. So, you know that a story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And we want you to be able to talk about what happens at the beginning, the middle, and the end using your story map that you made yourself. So remember, I have my picture here for beginning. I'm not sure if you can see that. And I have my picture for middle there as well. So that is your story map, and I wonder what one you're going to be doing today. The ending. Well done. So let's have a little look. Star words are beginning, middle, and end. Super, excellent. Beginning is the start, middle is the middle, and the end is at the end of the story or the finishing bit of the story. We know in the beginning we meet the characters. The story is set, so maybe it's a different location. And we get to know what the problem might be. The middle of the story is where the action happens. And the end is usually where we get the resolution or the solution to the problem. So with that in mind, let's go and have a look at our story map. Right, I'm going to get you to pause the screen in a minute. And when I say pause, I want you to see if you can retell the story using the beginning, the middle, and the end as our star words. So pause the screen now. And I want you to retell the story using these pictures. Off you go. Pause. Great work, super storytelling. That is really, really good. Well done. Now, since you know the story so well, you're going to know what Miss Houston has blocked out. Because we are looking at the end of the story today, what have I blocked out? The ending. But what happened in the ending? Who can remember? Excellent! The mummy came out to hang up her washing and she scared the aliens away, so they flew back to outer space. But the little boy made sure he checked his pants to make sure there was no sneaky aliens left. Let's have a look if you were right. Woohoo! Oopsies. Oh gosh, doesn't want to go, sure doesn't. Good work. So, in the beginning of the story, the aliens were in outer space. Then they wanted to go and find some underpants. So they followed their radar all the way to planet Earth. In the middle of the story, the aliens found the underpants. They did lots of silly things with the underpants. They took funny pictures. They played lots of games. And they even wore the underpants in strange places. But suddenly, at the end of the story, the mummy came out and she scared the aliens away in their spaceship. But little young boy made sure to check his pants to make sure there was no aliens left. Good job, excellent. Now, hold on a sec. I think Miss Houston has done something a little bit silly. My story looks very mixed up. Can you help me put it back into the correct order? Good, let's go. So, should this be in the beginning of our story? No, where should it be? Is this the beginning, middle, or end? Middle, excellent. So let's move you out. And I want you to tell me to stop when I have the first picture for the beginning of the story. Excellent! You shouted at me to stop. Good work. Is this in the beginning of the story? No. What part is that in? The middle. Good job. So I'm going to beep you out of here. Oops, daisies. Let's go, little aliens. You don't want to move. And I want you to shout stop at Miss Houston when you see the next picture. The picture that should be in the beginning, I should say. That's okay. Excellent. Stop. Because in the beginning, the aliens are in outer space. They get into their spaceship and they want to go to planet Earth to find some underpants. So what do they follow? Tell me what the next picture should be. Tell me when to stop. Excellent. So I'll take you out of there and we'll pop you in here. Good work, reception. Let's go. This is the next picture, isn't it? No, because what happens in the middle of the story? They land on Earth and they find the underpants. Good job. Right, excellent. Let's see what happens next. Is this the next one? No. Is this one? Yes, good job. So in the middle of the story, they do lots of silly things with the underpants, don't they? They like to play games. Oh, and then Mum comes out and she scares them away. No, I think that one has to go here, reception. And this one next? This one, good job. And then in the end, Mom comes out and scares those aliens away. And in the end, the young boy checks his pants for any aliens. Right, let's go from the very start. In the beginning, the aliens were in outer space. Then they got into their spaceship and wanted to find some underpants. So they followed a radar to take them down to the underpants. In the middle of the story, they land on Earth and find the washing line with pants. Then they do lots of silly things with those underpants. They take funny pictures, play games, have races. They even put underpants on in silly places. Ooh, that rhymed. Races, places. And in the end, Mummy comes out and scares them away. But little boy checks his pants to make sure there's no aliens there. So I am going to ask you the end pictures. This is what we can draw. So we're going to go over to our task now. Oh, I have one more thing to show you. Let's do this for the last time. Come on. Right, in the beginning, tell me when to stop. Beep. Yes, good job. In the middle. Excellent. And at the end. Good. I think you could do this with your eyes closed now, reception. Well done. So we are going to be drawing some pictures like these that happen in the end. So I'm going to take you over to our task now, and we are going to write the word end and draw our pictures. So let's go. You'd think I'd be a little bit quicker now, wouldn't you? Okay, here we are. So there's our middle. Here's our beginning one. And now we're going to do our end picture. So I'll pop them over there. Now, pause the video if you don't have your piece of paper, even though end is a really easy word to spell, but you can go and get your paper now, and let's write the word end. It's very easy spelling. It's only got 3 letters in it, so I want you to get your 3 Fred fingers. Oh, there we go. And Miss Houston will go first. End. End. Your turn. End. We'll do it together. End. End. Excellent. So let's write it down. Capital and D. Good work. End. Now we need to draw what happens in the end of the story. So what happens in the end? Mummy comes out, doesn't she? So I'm going to draw my washing line. And she comes out to do the washing, doesn't she? So we're going to draw the big sheet that she hangs up. And let's just draw her face while she's hanging up our hanging up the washing. Let's draw some hands there. And her little feet coming out the bottom. So she is hanging the washing. And who does she scare away? She scares away the aliens. So let's draw the spaceships heading back to planet space. There we go. There's our spaceships heading back. And finally, we need to draw our little friend who is checking his underpants. So we'll give him a shocked face because he'll be shocked that he finds an alien, or if he does. Spiky hair. So it's a little bit hard to draw, but look, we'll give it our best shot, eh? And Miss Houston isn't claiming to be the best person at drawing in the world, but look, I'm giving it my best shot. Isn't that right? And that's all that matters. We try our best. There we go now. Now, let's have a little look. Let's give them the stripy ones. He's checking them out. And who is lurking over here? But a little alien. That's like a tiny little one. All right, so at the end of our story, Mommy hangs up the washing and she scares the aliens away. They leave straight away. And at the very end of the story, oh gosh, I gave no nose. Sorry. The little boy checks his underpants to make sure there is no alien lurking inside. And that is the end of our story, boys and girls. You have just finished our story map. The next thing we need to do is color it in nicely. So I'm going to get my colors. I'm going to color in and really try and stay within the lines. And once I have the whole thing colored, it'll take a little bit of time, but that's okay. I'm going to go nice and slowly so it looks really, really great. Okay, so remember, if you make them stripy, make sure you color in those stripes, eh? We want this to look lovely. And so on and so forth. So I'm going to finish coloring that in a minute. But I want you to get all of your bits now, all of your story maps. And I want you to retell the story using your story map. So in the beginning, the aliens are looking for underpants. So they follow their radar to take them all the way to Earth. They land on planet Earth and they find the underpants. They're very silly in the middle of this. Did I even say in the middle of the story? In the middle of the story, they're very silly because they do lots of funny things with underpants, like wear them on their head. At the end of the story, Mommy comes out to hang up her washing and the aliens fly away very quickly. But just be careful. You need to check your underpants in case any cheeky little aliens are hanging around. And that is our story. Aliens love underpants. And you have worked really hard this week to create our very own story map. So give yourselves a big whoosh and off you go. Cannot wait to see these story maps. Well done, reception.